was, let alone that the ends were folded in a triangular shape. But Wynne said everyone deserves to be treated like royalty, even men who eat sardine, pickle, and mayo sandwiches. Then I figured I'd better pick my battles with Wynne, or I'd end up eating caviar, fish eggs, ick, and foie gras, goose liver, double ick. That's a big gack from me, thank you very much. So yes, he was being a stickler for the details and driving me straight up a wall, but if I'd known... Wait. Isn't that what everyone says? If I'd only known, I would have fill in the blank. Don't we all say that after the passing of a loved one or when something horrible happens? If only. Ugh. It's woefully cliché and trite in the saying, but dear heaven above, it's true. It's the truest truth there is. You'd think, dealing with the dead as often as I do, I'd have paid better attention to the notion you should never leave things, important things, unsaid. Yet my things, the things I've wanted to say to Wynne for a very long time, aren't things I can say without consequence, without making him feel worse than he already does about not being here on Earth with us, with me. Still, had I known I might never hear him call me my dove again, I'd have said them anyway. I'd have summoned the courage, risked our deep friendship, risked it all just to say them. And damn the consequence. Because in the end, when you might never again see the one person who brought life to your colorless, witchless world, who made you belly laugh, who told you stories, who gave you purpose again, who made you secretly smile to yourself, who treated you as though you were made of fine porcelain yet wrapped in steel, you'll wish you had. You'll wish it with every agonizing breath you take. And I do. I wish. I wish with every cell in my body, every inch of my existence. As long as I live, I'll never forget the last conversation we had. I can barely manage to remember what I had for dinner yesterday, but I can remember our final conversation word for word. No Cheez Whiz? I asked the ceiling with a squeal of fake clutch my pearls outrage. Logically, I knew my ghostly spy guy didn't linger up there in all his ghostliness, but I couldn't break the habit of looking upward at the sound of his voice. Come on, Wynne. Stephania. Only a Philistine would serve Cheez Whiz on crackers to their guests as a prelude to their Thanksgiving feast. It's almost as unseemly as your weenies in a blanket. Thus, why do you even bother to test my patience this way when you know good and well what the answer will be? I dropped my phone, where I'd been typing in the never-ending list of items we needed for our big Thanksgiving Day bash, onto the table. Everyone was coming. Dana, Sandwich, Enzo, and Carmela, even Melba, who couldn't get time off to go back east to be with her family. And Wynne wouldn't be satisfied until he'd driven me crazy with the smallest of details. How would you even know what's served at a Thanksgiving feast, Mr. Snooty McSnoot? You don't celebrate Thanksgiving in the UK. Ah, 'tis true, he drawled, his voice rich and resonant in my ears. But I do know how to entertain, Stephania, and one does not do such with canned cheese and ranch-flavored crisps. I popped one of those ranch-flavored crisps in my mouth and made a face. There's nothing wrong with a cool ranch Dorito. It makes a perfectly good appetizer. For a Philistine. Belfry giggled, rolling across the kitchen table as we sat by the bank of windows and watched the wind howl and bend the bare trees in our backyard. You're so chee-chee-foo-foo, Winterbutt, he teased in his tiny squeak. Da, Zero. You are, as little winged man say, chee-chee-foo-foo. If we very lucky in Russia, we have bread with butter for fancy schmancy occasions. Why you make such fuss? Well, old friend, we're neither in Russia nor serving Cheez Whiz, and that is my final answer. I chuckled at his disagreeable tone. Wynne always became grumpy when we teased him about his penchant.